Hi, this is Brett. We're back with another DIY light bundle, and today we're lighting up the Ninjago Guardian Dragon. First and foremost, let's get rid of Master Wu. We're also going to remove this red shrine and the sword that's floating here. Take these plates on her back off, and then pull both of the wings out like this. We're going to remove the dragon from her plinth. Then we're going to do some extreme gardening and remove the tree here. Towards the back, we're going to do some smaller gardening and just remove this little branch here. And underneath the base, we're going to remove the plate at the front and the two plates at the side. At the front, remove this here black slope. Then we're going to remove these two green wedge tiles. Then we're going to remove this brick. Remove this gray piece from the water, and then remove the 1x2 transparent clear plates. Remember to put these back. I didn't. Remove all the branches from around where the sword was just a moment ago, and then remove the blue plate. From our cool white large pack, grab a cool white light and place that in the middle of where that blue plate was. Then we're going to grab 4 transparent blue plates and put them around the light. We're not going to pin the light down, but we are going to trap it here for all eternity. Remember, put the transparent 1x2 clear plates down, I forgot. Then put the gray 2x2 plate back down as well. Reassemble the front bit by putting down that brick, those wedge pieces, and then that slope. So under the model, we're going to pull that cable all the way back and pin it into place with that gray plate we took off earlier. From the spotlight pack, grab a large warm white 30cm light, a round plate with an open stud, 2 1x1 round plates with a bar handle, and a skeleton arm. Take an Astro large warm white 30cm light and thread it through a round black plate with an open stud. Then we're going to clip it into place with a 1x1 round plate with a bar handle. Then we're going to attach a skeleton arm to that bar handle, and then we're going to attach another 1x1 round plate with bar handle onto that skeleton arm. So you're going to have to do these instructions twice. Now that you've assembled the 2 spotlights, we're going to put them here and here. We're going to pull both of those cables towards the back, and we're going to pin them in place with more gray plates. We're going to take all 3 of those cables and we're going to pin it under the last gray plate. We're going to go back to the tree we just took off before, and we're going to remove both of the lanterns. So this is a ×2 assembly. Fully disassemble the lantern. We're going to thread a Astro large cool white light through a black open stud plate. Then we're going to take that red minifigure head that's secretly a lantern and put it on top of this light. Now here's a tricky bit. We're going to run the cable through the dish, and then we're going to clip the dish back down on the minifigure head. You have to keep pulling the cable tight as you do this. Now push that bar back through the dish and repeat this for the other lantern. Reattach those lanterns back into the tree where they belong, and then we're going to wrap the cable around the tree trunk. Then reattach the tree. So we're going to run the cables behind this here rock structure, and we're going to pin it into place with this 1x2 round plate. Put the rock structure back on. We're going to grab a 6 dock from our spotlight pack, and we're going to plug all the lights into it. We're going to push the dock down onto the base, and then we're going to plug in our flux belt and do a quick power check to make sure that everything's working. We're off to a ripper start. Return the branches back onto the blue plate if you haven't already, and delicately place the sword right into the very center as well. Alrighty, dragon time. So we're going to remove the tail immediately. All the spikes along the dragon's back now. We're going to decapitate the dragon as well, and we're going to rip her arms off. We're going to take the emblem off her chest now. To do this, we're going to remove these pieces at the very top. If the dish comes off with the emblem, reattach it back into her chest. We're going to remove the 1x1 pyramid piece at the very top. We're going to take an orange open stud plate and put that down. And then we're going to open up our warm white flicker pack, and we're going to place one of the warm white flickering lights on top of that orange stud. And then we're going to grab that 1x1 pyramid piece and place that back on top. We're going to run the cable through some of the gaps in that gold piece as well. Reattach the emblem to her chest and pull the cable towards her back. Cover up the cables by putting those pieces back on that we took off just before. We're going to make some spotlights for her wings now. We're going to make 2 spotlights for her wings, so this is another ×2 assembly. We're going to take one of our 30cm large warm white lights, and we're going to thread it through a black open stud plate. We're going to cap that with a transparent green plate, and then we're going to place a 1x1 round plate with a bar handle on the bottom of that. Thread the cable through the bar handle, and then grab one of the skeleton arms and clip that to the bar handle. We're going to take yet another 1x1 round plate with bar handle and clip that to the skeleton arm as well, but this one's going to be facing the opposite direction. We're going to do that twice. Now we're going to go to the dragon's back. We're going to place 2 black plates on here, and then we're going to clip the spotlights onto those plates. While we're here, we're going to place 2 white round plates This will be used later. Now we can reattach her left arm. With her right arm, we're going to take off some of the green scales on her arm. We're going to make a fiery spotlight for her hand. We're going to thread a cool white light through a black open stud plate. Then we're going to cap that with a green transparent plate. We're going to push that all down onto the bar handle where her thumb is attached. We're going to thread that cable through her arm now. I recommend twisting the wrist a little bit in the other direction and keeping the arm straight. So that way you've got enough cable slack to position her however you'd like. Place down those pieces we took off just before and then reattach the arm. Now for her crest. So remove the crest from her head and also remove all of the dark green plates from the top of her head all the way down her neck. On the crest, remove the candle piece and also remove the cone that's on her head. Pick your least favorite spike and take the gold open stud plate from that spike. Thread a flickering warm white light through the cone and then cap it off with that gold open stud plate that you just took. Put the crest back on her head and run the cable down her neck, pinning it in place with the dark green plates that we just took off. Put the fire piece back in and then reattach the head to her neck. Open up your 6-dock pack and grab the last 6-dock and plug all the cables into it. We're gonna do some cable management here that's a little bit funky. We're going to rotate the 6-dock so that all the cables wrap around it. Keep twisting the dock and then place it on those 2 1x1 round white plates you placed earlier. Put the dragon back on her stand and remove these pieces from the back of her leg. Plug the 50 belt into the dock on her back and then run it down her leg and pin it in place with those pieces. Then plug the cable into the other 6-dock. Reattach the tail, reattach the wings, and reattach all the spikes. Place down the shrine and Master Wu as well if you want to. Before we turn the power on, we're going to strike a pose. Pose Daidan however you'd like. Stunning. Look at it. It is majestic and beautiful. What a glorious set.